Hello everyone and welcome to Eddie Style channel. Who doesn't love Halloween? The spooky holiday is one of Americans' favorite traditions, where people dress up in costumes, transform their homes with creepy decorations, carve pumpkins, and give out candies. Not just Americans, but the entire world has slowly started to embrace this holiday, and every time October comes around, people spend the entire month celebrating. But putting aside all of these traditions, what exactly is the story behind Halloween? Why we celebrate this holiday with so many spooky things? Well, let's find out. But before I can begin, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and let's start. The story of Halloween dates back 2,000 years ago, when the holiday didn't just mean free candy and glitter-filled pumpkins. Instead, it started as a pagan celebration for the Celtic people that lit bonfires in honor of the dead and their spirits. The festival was known as Samhain, which means summer ends in Irish. I mean, it makes sense to have this eerie feeling at this time of the year. Think about it. Summer is over. It's getting colder and darker every passing day. The leaves fall from the trees, exposing the branches. And it's not hard to see how this tradition could have been born. They believed that at the end of October, the boundary between the world of the dead and the one who lived was thin, and that spirits and ghosts could walk the earth at this time. In order to protect themselves, they offered animal sacrifices and burned crops in the names of their gods. The people that attended these rituals dressed up in animal heads and skins. You know why? So the evil spirits won't recognize them. Yep, this is probably where the tradition of dressing up in Halloween comes from. The trend of using animal carcasses as costumes, however, thankfully died out. The idea of bats as a symbol for Halloween also dates back to the Celtic traditions. Their bonfires would often attract bugs, and therefore bats, because bats love to eat bugs, which is why they went on to become such a huge part of Halloween decorations. However, the Celtics didn't quite like bats, and they thought these flying mammals bring nothing but misfortune. Oh, come on, what people have against bats all the time? I mean, it's funny how people like the Batman but don't like bats. They like Spider-Man, but they don't like spiders. Do you like spiders? Do you love bats? Comment down below. Anyways, a few years later, in 43 AD, most of the Celtic territories were captured by the Romans, and they gave their own shape to the Festival of the Dead until the 8th century. In the 8th century, the Pope Gregory III made a calculated decision to move All Saints' Day or All Hallows' Day from May 13th to November the 1st, and later on added another holiday, All Souls' Day, on November the 2nd to honor not only the saints, but all the departed Christian souls. This meant that the evening before All Hallows' Day, October 31st, was started to be known as All Hallows' Eve, which went on to become Halloween as we know it today. This is also where Halloween gets its paranormal and creepy association, because it evolves so much around the dead. Okay, so now when we know the brief history of where Halloween came from, what about the trick-or-treat tradition? It started as far back as the 14th century, when on All Souls' Day, priests told Christians to pray for the souls that were trapped within heaven and hell in a place called the purgatory. They believed, and it's still valid today, that if enough prayers took place for a soul, it would go to heaven. This led to a tradition in which Christians went from door to door and offered their prayers. In return, they expected to get a soul cake, a yummy cake with a cross on it. Flying fast forward to the 19th century, it was a common Irish tradition for children to go from door to door on Halloween, dressed in costumes, and ask for little treats or coins, something that was known as guising. In return, the children sang a song or performed a little dance. It was probably influenced by the mumming tradition, similar to street performances today. In the middle of the 19th century, a horrible potato famine plagued the Irish and wiped out an astonishing 25% of its population. Millions of Irish fled to North America in a search of a better future, and they brought their Halloween traditions with them. The modern trick-or-treat tradition started in the US and Canada at the beginning of the 20th century. What started as little funny pranks very soon became a true national burden. Children and young adults committed vandalism acts and terrified the people just for fun. How bad was it? Well, Windows were smashed, light posts were broken, gates of farms were removed so that the cattle could escape. They removed some stairs in front of people's doors so they would fall off, and they even set fires in front of places across town. Yep, it was pretty out of whack. Therefore, in the 1930s, the Canadian and American officials came together and struck a deal with the children. They will behave nicely, and in return, the houses will bribe them with candies. Who doesn't like candies? The children accepted the deal, and the distractions had gradually ceased. Trick or treat was officially born. Well, okay, that's great. We covered a lot of Halloween traditions. But what's up with the carved pumpkins? Or shall I say, Jack-o'-lantern? Who is Jack? Well, once again, the Irish were the one who brought the tradition of carving fruits and vegetables into North America. But here they discovered a large, cheap, and easy to work with fruit that grew in abundance exactly at the time of Halloween. The pumpkin. They did so in order to represent the souls in purgatory and to protect themselves from evil spirits, such as the famous spirit of the Stingy Jack. Whew, creepy. Stingy Jack, or Jack-o'-lantern, is a character in the Irish folklore. He was a manipulative liar and stealer, and he was a burden to society. One night, Stingy Jack was drunk while walking in the countryside when he came across the devil. The devil told him, "I've heard about what you have done, and I came to take your soul straight into hell." Jack said, "Okay, I understand, you're right. But can I ask you something? Can I ask for one last drink? Come on." And the devil agreed. They went to the closest bar and had their drink. And then Jack asked the devil, "Hey, do you mind to pay for the drink by turning into a coin?" Weirdly enough, the devil agreed again and turned into a coin. But instead of paying the coin, Jack had fooled the devil by putting him into his pocket next to a crucifix, preventing him from going back to his original form. Jack then told the devil that he will release him if the devil will give him one more year to live. The devil, unhappily, agreed once again. Exactly 1 year later, Jack was once again drunk and wandered around the countryside when he came across the devil. The devil told him, "Hey, it's time to go." Exactly 1 year had passed. Jack said, Okay, you're right. We agreed upon that. But can I ask one last thing? No, not a drink. I just want an apple. Just one little bite of an apple before I join you into the world of damned forever. The devil was hesitant, but agreed. He said, "No more tricks, Jack. No more tricks, or I'm gonna be really mad." He said, "Okay." Well, the devil went to pick up an apple from the nearest tree. Jack really quickly put crucifixes around the tree and trapped the devil in a circle. The devil was furious, but there was nothing he could do. Jack told him that he doesn't want to go to hell and made the devil swear that he will never take him there. The defeated devil agreed, and Jack set him free. Years had passed, and Jack eventually died. When he died, he knocked on heaven's door, but God told him that he's unwelcome in his kingdom because he lived such a sinful life. Jack then turned to hell and asked the devil if he could join. He figured that hell gonna be better than wandering alone for eternity. But the devil refused. He reminded Jack about his promise to never take him to hell. Instead, the devil scooped some hell flames into a lantern and gave it to Jack so he could see through the darkness. What a nice devil! And thus, the legend of Jack the Lantern, or Jack-o'-lantern, was born. Since then, it believed that Jack-o'-lantern walks the dark countrysides on Halloween, with a lantern in his hands that holds flames from the hell that were scooped by no other than the devil himself. He believes to bring nothing but misfortune to those who meet him. Well, now you know the story behind Halloween. And although there are many different versions of how the story of Halloween unfolded, the ones I used for this video are the most common. So, the next time you celebrate this fun holiday, please keep in mind how many cultures were involved in the creation of Halloween. So what is your favorite things to do during Halloween? Do you know about any bizarre stories or rituals that takes place during this holiday? Please let me know. You know I like the bizarre stories, come on. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to Eddie Style channel for more. And I'll see you in the next video. Take care.